Is Jake Paul okay? No, seriously, the question isn't coming from a place of concern so much as it is from sheer confusion. The human YouTube algorithm turned professional boxer and fight promoter, who has built his combat career on heavy hands and a loud mouth, showed up to his latest press conference with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. pointing finger guns like a wannabe gangster. But when Junior's dad, the great Julio Cesar Chavez, arrived, Jake, well, he just sounded tired.
I don't really give a f*** about people's opinions, and these people don't know who I am or what my team is made of, and they're just gonna see, like I always do. When I say I'm gonna do something, I do it, and that's why I'm where I'm at today, and none of these sheep matter to me.
Now let's get one thing straight. Jake Paul doesn't do quiet. The man is a walking clickbait headline. He's fought retired UFC champions, YouTubers, and NBA rejects with all the subtlety of, well, a giant robot at a boxing press conference.
So how about this? Let's make a new bet right now.
Let's make a new bet.
If I beat you, you have to get I Love Jake Paul tattooed on you. But if you beat me, I get I Love Tyrone Woodley tattooed on me, and you have to post it on your Instagram feed. Deal or no deal? Are you confident or not?
What y'all think?
Bro.
Y'all think I should do it?
Bro, this guy has no confidence.
Bet.
Deal or no deal?
Deal.
Can we shake on it? There we go.
He'd always wanted to prove himself against a real boxer. And here he was, sitting across from Chavez Jr., a legitimate, if inconsistent and now past his prime, former world champion. And Junior's dad, one of the best boxers in history. And Jake was flat.
There's no way, no way. There's no way Paul can beat my son based on how he's training and preparing. With all due respect. But we're going to this idiot.
I think it's funny that Daddy does all the talking. I didn't know it was Bring Your Dad to Work Day.
It raises the question, did Jake think this was going to be another money spinner like his Netflix heavyweight showdown with Mike Tyson? Or was he having some sort of sugar come down from that ludicrously sweet high? Whether you tuned in to watch Jake get flattened by Tyson or to see if Tyson still had a few bombs left in his ancient arsenal, the result was the same. Record-breaking revenue, viral moments galore, and yet another feather in the chaos-crowned cap of Jake Paul, boxing's most improbable showman.
Yeah, it's cute, you know, I fear no man, so I want him to be that old savage Mike. He says he's gonna kill me. Is that what you're gonna do, Mike? Because I'm ready. I want that killer. I want the hardest match possible Friday night, and I want there to be no excuses from everyone at home when I knock him out. So is that what you're gonna bring, Homicidal?
It was an absurd matchup between a 27-year-old YouTuber turned boxer and a 58-year-old former heavyweight destroyer. But somehow, Paul versus Tyson was watched by millions. Against all odds and a fair bit of common sense, this blatant money grab turned out to be one of the biggest combat sports spectacles of the decade. And the fight itself? A total snooze fest. They hyped it up as a clash of generations, but it ended up looking more like a slow-motion sparring session. Tyson barely threw anything meaningful, and Paul seemed more concerned with hearing the final bell than fighting.
Congratulations on the victory. Are you surprised that went the distance?
First and foremost, Mike Tyson, it's such an honor. Let's give it up for Mike, bro. He's a legend. He's the greatest to ever do it. He's the GOAT. I look up to him. I'm inspired by him, and we wouldn't be here today without him. This man is an icon, and it's just an honor to be able to fight him. And he's obviously the toughest, baddest man on the planet. So it was really tough, like I expected it to be.
It wasn't tough. There were no knockouts, no fireworks, just a plodding, awkward exhibition that dragged on like a Manny Pacquiao press conference. It felt less like a fight and more like a golden handshake with gloves on. And if you don't agree, ask Tyson's hero, JCC Sr. He was one of the most aggressive and entertaining fighters of his and Tyson's generation.
Give le hubiera dado mejor pelea a Paul que Tyson.
With all due respect, fighting Mike Tyson, I think I would have given him a better fight.
No tiró un solo golpe en toda la pelea.
He didn't throw one punch all
O
fight.
sea, ¿cómo vas a ganar una pelea sin tirar golpes?
How can you win without throwing punches?
Un solo golpe, el primer round nomás tiró golpes Tyson, después de ahí para allá no tiró ni un solo golpe.
Tyson
O sea,
only threw
¿a quién
punches
le
in the
ganó
first
Paul?
round.
¿A quién le ganó?
Maybe, just maybe, Jake Paul realized mid-conference that he'd jumped the shark with the Tyson fight. And then maybe he realized it cost him the dream he's been chasing for years now, a fight with Canelo Alvarez for a world title.
I just want to add some experience to my belt. Look, I want to go after Canelo in 3 years. I want to be a world champion. And so if I'm just fighting guys who can't hit me, you know, how am I going to get better in the ring under those lights and get that experience? So Tyrone's the perfect person to maybe get me to the 3rd round for the first time ever.
Picking a fight with Canelo, a 4-division world champion, is like a bathroom singer putting his name down at karaoke to sing Whitney Houston's cover of I Will Always Love You. It's ambitious, tragic, and destined to make people wince. Jake has become a halfway decent boxer, but is he ready to fight for a world title against Canelo Alvarez? The Canelo Alvarez? That wouldn't be jumping the shark. That would be riding it into orbit and challenging it to a fight on the moon. So, is Jake Paul okay? That depends on your definition. He's rich and he's still very much one of the biggest draw cards in combat, so yeah, he's going to be okay. But there was something about that press conference. Whether it was the diminished bravado, the lack of effort, or perhaps the flustered visage of one of the sport's greatest salesmen.
That's what I said.
It was something. Luckily, this is a sport that has a way of exposing the truth, and Jake knows it.
That's the one thing about boxing is the truth always comes out in the ring. So they can sit here with his dad and do the whole entire show and act all confident, but June 28th, you're gonna see the truth, and the truth is that this guy is a quitter. This guy was never meant for this sport. He's the one that should have been on Disney Channel instead of ruining his family's legacy by being an embarrassment, not being in the gym, etc. So June 28th, you're gonna see who the real champion is.
Thanks for watching. And remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.